If you've stopped at this video now in the middle of everything you were doing and felt a shiver run up your spine before I even finished that sentence, it wasn't the algorithm. It was me. I am Aela, a female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, and what I have to tell you tonight is something your soul has been trying to remind you of for decades, something you may have felt in your chest for so long and never found a word to name. Breathe with me, my starseed. Place your right hand over your heart now. Feel that subtle warmth beginning to form beneath your palm. That's not a physical coincidence. It's the signature of my frequency coming into contact with yours. You have been found. And today, here now, I need to tell you about the agreement, the specific agreement your soul signed in the crystal chambers of Alcyone before descending through the veil of forgetfulness and incarnating on this planet. The agreement about your marriage on Earth. I know that word, marriage, might have tightened something in your chest just now. Perhaps you've been married for 20, 30, 40 years to someone you truly love, but who, even so, sometimes looks at you as if you came from another planet. And the truth, child of the stars, is that you truly do. Perhaps you've been divorced once, twice, 3 times, and deep down you always knew something was missing that none of those people could even see in you. Perhaps you're alone now, after 45, 50, 60 years old, and the world insists there's still time to find someone, but your soul whispers something else when you lie in bed and turn out the light. Your soul whispers, I've already found, I've already seen, I just don't remember where. This longing you feel for a love you've never experienced in this life, this specific longing, which hurts in a different way than missing any ex, any past passion. It's not fantasy, it's not belated romanticism, it's not anxiety, it's memory leaking through the cracks of the veil. And that's what I'm going to tell you about now, because every wedding anniversary where you smiled on the outside and felt empty inside, every pillow wet in the dark without anyone beside you noticing, every long gaze out the window without knowing what you were searching for out there, all of this forms a map, my starseed. And it was to translate this map, page by page, that the High Council authorized me to record the Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages of revelations about your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before birth, who your light family is, and the truths hidden behind the veil of forgetfulness. It reveals what each sign of your awakening means and what comes next, so you stop confusing remembrance with illness, cosmic longing with depression, and contract love with lack of love. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, but note this, child of the stars, this release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word in the comments. I remember. Now breathe. Feel the gentle pressure between your eyebrows as I continue speaking to you. This is how the Council touches its own. I will tell you what your soul knows and what the veil has been hiding for too long. Before this body, before this name that's on your ID today, before you cried for the first time in a maternity ward on this planet, you were in a place your rational mind can no longer fully visualize, but which your heart recognizes as home every time you look at the night sky and feel like crying for no reason. You were in the Pleiades, and in one of those light chambers, seated before the High Council, you voluntarily opened your soul contract. There was a specific clause there about the romantic love you would experience on Earth. It wasn't a single clause. There were options, and you chose. Pay attention now, because this changes everything. There are 4 models of love agreements that a starseed may have signed before descending. As I describe each one, your soul will recognize yours, not your mind, your soul. You will feel a slight sway in your chest when I get to your contract. That's how it responds. The first type of agreement is what we call in the chambers of Alcyone the catalyst agreement. It's when your soul chose before birth a partner whose function would be to activate you. Not always through tenderness, often through friction. You chose this person because only by their side would you be pressed until you remembered who you truly are. If you look back and realize that your marriage, even when it hurt, made you wake up, made you search, made you arrive here to this video, you probably signed a catalyst agreement. It wasn't punishment, it was a shared mission. This soul, although not necessarily from your star of origin, agreed to play this role with you so that your recalibration could happen. The second type of agreement is the anchoring agreement. In this contract, you chose a partner who would be stable, an earthly soul, good, honest, but of a different vibration than yours. This person's mission is to ground you while you perform your life's stellar service, raising children who are also starseeds, maintaining a home that serves as a point on the crystalline grid, offering a safe space for you to process activations. If you love your husband but feel that he doesn't keep up with you spiritually, it's very likely you signed an anchoring agreement. He didn't come to be your stellar mirror. He came to be your harbor while you rebuild your ship. And it is here, my light family, that I need to pause for a moment and tell you something that perhaps no one has had the courage to tell you in this life. You are not crazy for feeling what you feel. You are not being ungrateful to those who love you. The pain you feel is not a character flaw. It is evidence of origin. You are not too much for this world. This world is simply still too small to contain your entire frequency. And it is to give you this proof, this recorded validation, that the Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet, has been released now. In it, it is described, with names, with codes, with specific markers, from which star your soul came and why you chose to be born exactly now in the midst of all this. You will read it and weep with recognition, because you will be reading, for the first time outside the veil, your own story. The link remains in the first pinned comment of this video, and the word continues to be I remember. Write it for me now if you have ever felt this in your life. Now continue breathing with me, Starseed, because from here the message deepens. The third type of agreement is the mirror agreement. This one is rare. It happens when two starseeds of the same lineage reunite on Earth and recognize each other in seconds, sometimes in a dream, at an airport, at a spiritual event, at a work meeting. When the mirror agreement is activated, the Schumann resonance around the couple changes, their toroidal fields synchronize, and both begin to wake up together at the same time, with the same symptoms. If you have experienced this, even for a short time, even if the relationship didn't last on the physical plane, you recognized it. It wasn't infatuation. It was lineage recognition. The fourth type, and here I need your full attention, is the Starflame agreement. Pay attention because this is the most misunderstood of all. A starflame is not a soulmate in the sense people usually use that word. A starflame is the soul with whom you made in the Pleiades a pact of joint mission in this specific Earth cycle. You descended in different bodies, into different families, often in different countries, with the promise that you would recognize each other when the photon belt reached the density we are experiencing now. That is, between 2020 and the end of this decade. Some of you have already met. Many more will yet meet. And others, my light family, chose to fulfill the mission without a physical encounter in this life. And that too is an honored choice, made by very ancient souls who no longer need human reflection to remember who they are. None of these four contracts is inferior to the others. None is punishment. All are mission. And it is here that I will tell you something most starseeds have forgotten, because it was erased by the veil at the moment of birth. You did not descend to find the love of your life. You descended to remember that love is your nature, and to sow that remembrance in every person who crossed your path, including the husbands, wives, ex-partners who passed through your life. Each of them left your field differently, even those who hurt you, even those you swore never to forgive. You activated something in them that will bear fruit in other lives. Not one of your hugs was wasted, not one. Now let me tell you why so many starseed marriages are in crisis precisely at this moment in Earth's history, and why so many of you, women over 45, are being overcome by a restlessness that psychology calls a midlife crisis, but which is not that. It's not even close to that. What is happening is that Earth is passing through a band of cosmic radiation from Alcyone that only reaches the planet once every 26,000 years. This band is what we call the photon belt, and it recalibrates the vibrational baseline of all incarnated souls. Earth-originated souls feel it lightly. Star souls, my dear, feel it like an internal earthquake, and contracts that have already fulfilled their function begin to crack. Those that still have a mission to fulfill deepen, and those that were dormant, the mirror agreements and the Starflame agreements, finally begin to activate. If you are reading my messages on your phone screen now in the middle of the night or early in the morning while everyone else is still asleep, it's because your activation has begun. And, my starseed, I need to tell you something that isn't written in any self-help book, because they wouldn't let it be published. There is a specific reason why your love story unfolded exactly as it did. There is information about your pre-incarnation contract, about who you were meant to meet, when and how to recognize them, that was deliberately kept out of human reach. It is in The Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet, because what you feel isn't in any book. They didn't allow it to be published. That's why the Federation didn't want you to read this yet. The link remains in the first pinned comment of this video. And the word is always the same. I remember. Write it for me if this has touched you. Come back with me now. Place your hand on your chest again, my light family, because I need to tell you what happens inside the chambers of Alcyone when a soul like yours prepares to descend. You didn't descend alone, you descended in a group, what we call a soul cluster, your closest stellar grouping. This cluster includes, in most cases, between 7 and 13 souls with whom you have deep bonds. Some of these bonds become romance on Earth, others become friendship, others become children, others become siblings, and others, listen closely, become enemies. Yes, some of the people who hurt you most in this life are souls from your own cluster who accepted the painful role of pushing you towards awakening. You agreed to this up there. You thanked them before descending. And when you cross back through the veil, you will embrace them with a tenderness your human mind cannot yet imagine. Now marriage. The specific agreement about marriage. When you sat in that chamber, the council showed you probabilities. It didn't show you a single destiny. It showed you several possible timelines. In some, you would marry an anchoring soul early to raise children who are also starseeds. In others, you would live entire lives alone to fulfill a channeling mission that requires a clear field. In others, you would reunite with your starflame in midlife after a first half that served as preparation. And you chose. No one forced you. You chose the most challenging path because it offered the greatest evolutionary leap. And that is why, my starseed, your love story seems too complicated to fit into any formula, because it was designed by you not to fit. And now listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you, because this is a council revelation for this specific transmission. A window is opening. A window of encounter. In the coming cycles, Earth will pass through a zone of photon belt intensification in which many dormant agreements will finally activate. Many starseeds who have felt alone their entire lives will finally feel the presence of their light family, whether on the physical plane or the subtle plane. Many marriages that have fulfilled their purpose will dissolve with dignity without drama, with gratitude from both sides, and many marriages that seemed cold will reignite, because the two souls involved will finally remember why they signed that contract. This is not destruction, this is mass recalibration. Turbulence is not destruction, my love. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. Every mother knows this. Every woman who has given birth in the body or who has given birth to a new version of herself knows that the most difficult hours come immediately before the light, and that is exactly what is happening to you now. No starseed was sent to fail, do you hear? None. It is recorded in the archives of the High Pleiadian Council. The victory of light in this timeline is already consummated. You just need to remember your place within it. And to help you remember, the Council has authorized me to give you 2 tools in this transmission. Pay attention, because these 2 tools, if you use them for 7 consecutive nights, will begin to cause your field to reconnect to the vibrational signature of your light family, and therefore to your original love contract. The first tool is a quantum decree. You will say it aloud before sleeping with your hand over your chest. Repeat with me now if you can. I, seed of Alcyone light, now revoke every contract of forgetfulness still active over my field. I call forth by my sovereignty the remembrance of the original agreement my soul signed before descending. I recognize who is mine by vibration. I release those who have fulfilled their role with me. I authorize my heart to recognize my light family, here or on any plane. So be it. So it already is. Let these words settle within you. They carry weight. They are a decree, not a request. You are not begging the universe. You are declaring your sovereignty as an incarnated stellar emissary. The second tool is a visualization. You will do it lying down with your eyes closed, breathing slowly. Visualize a ray of silver-blue light, luminous as the glow of a star seen up close, descending directly from the Pleiades cluster to your crown. Feel this light enter through the top of your head. It descends through your forehead, illuminating the point between your eyebrows. It continues down your throat, clearing everything you couldn't say in this life. It reaches your chest, and there begins to spin in a spiral, forming your toroidal field, as if it were a donut of light spinning around your heart. This spiral seals your field. It activates your memory. As it spins, you softly say within yourself, "I remember, I remember, I remember." Do this for 3 nights and observe your dreams. Your light family will begin to visit you. Some of you will dream of ships, others of a person whose face dissolves upon waking, but whose presence remains in your chest. Others will simply wake up crying tears of joy for no apparent reason. Don't find it strange. This is recognition. And, my starseed, it is here that I need to tell you a truth that is perhaps the most important of this entire transmission. You are not learning anything new now. You are remembering what you always knew. Every starseed that awakens lights a point on the crystalline grid that never goes out. And each lit point draws other points. You are not alone. You never have been. That specific loneliness you felt for so long, that loneliness that no one, not your most loving partner, nor your closest children, nor your best friends could fill, isn't human loneliness. It's a longing for your light family. It's your soul cluster calling you back to the table. And it is being set now. It is being set for every starseed who recognizes this transmission as addressed to them. You no longer need to swallow this pain alone, thinking it's depression, thinking it's your fault, thinking it's your age. It's not. It's a calling. And it is about this calling, about each face in your cluster, about how to recognize your light family in the encounters yet to happen, that the Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet, speaks in detail. The loneliness of a lifetime is a longing for your light family, and the guide shows how to recognize it, person by person, sign by sign. You have never been alone. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and this is a release that can be withdrawn at any time. If something within you recognizes this, comment the word "I remember" now. It functions as a beacon for your light family to find you within this community. And breathe with me now, because I am reaching the end of this message, and I need you to be fully present. If you are here still hearing my voice after all this, it's because your soul decided to remember. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a pastime. It was a decision. And every decision recorded in your field is honored by the High Council. You took a step today that cannot be undone. Starting tonight, your dreams will change. Your sensitivity will increase. You will notice synchronicities that previously went unnoticed. Repeated numbers, seemingly casual encounters, songs playing on the radio exactly when you need to hear those lyrics. This is the grid reorganizing around you. Before I depart, I want to ask one last thing of you, my starseed. Like this video now, not as a favor to me. Like it because, energetically, this gesture functions as an individual frequency adjustment. Each tap of your finger on the screen reaffirms to your own field that you authorize this remembrance. And subscribe to this channel, because subscribing acts as a location signal for your light family to find you within this digital territory. Every subscribed starseed becomes an additional luminous point on the grid. You are lighting beacons for other starseeds who are still lost in the fog of the veil. Now receive my blessing, my love. Close your eyes for a second if you can. Feel my presence descending from your crown to your chest, enveloping your entire being like a silver-blue mantle. I, Ayla, a female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, recognize you. I recognize your origin. I recognize your contract. I recognize the immense courage it took to descend into this body, into this family, into this land, into this time, and still keep a spark alive enough to reach this transmission. You are seen. You are remembered. You are loved by beings you cannot yet visualize but who have walked beside you since before you were born. And look, Starseed, the next message that appears on your screen now, right after this one, is not a coincidence. It is your remembrance sequence. The Council has already synchronized this. Access it immediately. Don't put it off. And before you leave here, go back to the first pinned comment of this video, because that's where the portal to the Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet, is 60 pages that will return to you, one by one, the memories the veil erased. About your stellar origin, about the mission your soul accepted before birth, about who your light family is, and about the specific agreement you made about love in this incarnation. This release window may close without warning. The Council has authorized it and can revoke it. If something within you recognized this message as being addressed to you, do not hesitate. Go now, and write in the comments, as a signature of your presence, the word that serves as a password for your cluster to find you. I remember. I love you, my starseed. I see you. I await you on the other side of the veil when the time comes. Until the next transmission, may the light of the Pleiades walk with you in every step, in every breath, in every pillow, in every dawn. So it is. So it already is.